love that. I know one of the things that you mentioned too is not only was there a suppression, but also a shaming.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people, they get super nervous when they feel those intense emotions and they don't really know what to do with them. They don't have the tools, but also they feel so guilty about it. It's almost like they feel bad for feeling bad.
Right.
And so what I love about what you do is not only do you embrace this human experience and say, look, you're here to be human.
Yeah.
You're here to feel and to be this emotional being. Men and women feel emotions equally. There is no difference.
Yes.
There's no reason to suppress this. There's no reason to shame this. And so it's important to feel it. And what's awesome about what you do is not only do you give that sacred space for people to truly feel into their emotions and their experience here, but you also provide them empowering tools and say, okay, but you can also take this with you.
Yes.
And this is how you can cope with these experiences. And so it's a very empowering, liberating experience because they have this liberation of this intense energy, emotions, energy and motion.
Absolutely.
And they also walk away with tools feeling empowered through that experience. So I think this is such a key to embracing that inner child. You can't come into your heaven on earth or a heart-centered life if you don't embrace that feminine, but also the childlike innocence of your emotions. You can't even enter an Eden kind of state or a heaven on earth for yourself unless you're able to come to peace with this pivotal part of ourselves.
It is.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's so important to remember is not to make ourselves wrong for it. Because there are so many times where it could have been you're in the car and you start crying and it's like, I can't feel this.
Right.
And make yourself wrong. And I just keep going back to, at one point I had so much heaviness going on that I was like laying on the floor, kind of like you were saying, just like sobbing. But I was like cursing at God. Like, why would you put me through this? Like, this, you're betraying me in every aspect. And I even find that when it comes to sessions, is maybe someone holds heavy, heavy guilt from someone's passing, or maybe they're just flat out angry with someone. And then they feel so much more guilty for feeling angry that it causes them to spiral more. But in truth, our ancestors, our angels, God, our higher power, our higher self is here to help us feel it, to move through it. And they're never going to make us wrong for experiencing it because they see that this human journey
It's not easy.
is hard. It's dense.
It's an adventure.
It's dynamic.
There's contrast. There's a lot of duality. There's a lot of things, and it doesn't mean anything about us. It's all for experience.
And
expansion.
they see it and they know it. And they don't judge us for it.
They don't. That's one of the experiences that I had too doing work with spirit is that because so many people are so worried, you know, oh, my mother will be so disappointed in me and about the choices I've made or the feelings I've had or the anger and rage that I've experienced. And I'm such a bad person. And
now they know who I really am.
And now they know who I really am. And if I cross over, what am I going to have to face as far as punishment for my feelings or thoughts or experiences? And what I have found is it's completely opposite. Everyone who is across the veil knows how challenging this human experience
They're just cheering us on.
And they are just cheering us on. And even when we say really intense things, you know, it's like there's so much compassion because they know that to go and to choose into having this human experience is one of the most advanced lessons and experiences that you can have in the cosmos, to take on a human form, a body and life, because they know that you're going to forget, forget who you are. They know that you're going to forget everything. And part of the challenge is to come home to yourself in that remembrance. And it's a true hero's journey.
It is.
And so it's so opposite on the other side. There's just so much compassion, so much love from our angels, our creators, our ancestors.